In this video, we will learn about SQLite database in Android. These are the points that we discuss in this video. What is SQLite database? We will discuss about SQLite Open Helper class and how to insert records in the database, and finally we discuss how to retrieve or read records from the database. Now, first of all, what is SQLite database? What are the advantages of SQLite database? So, SQLite is an open source database which is embedded into Android. So, there is no need to perform any database setup or administration task. It supports standard relational database features like SQL syntax. We can fire query, we can create table, we can fetch data from the table, we can insert value inside the table. Similarly, we can also update and delete the records in the database. SQLite is the lighter version of SQL database. It means it requires very little memory. Every device has an inbuilt support for SQLite database, which is automatically managed on Android. So we can say there are basically three advantages of SQLite database. First one is it is a lightweight database. Second, it requires very little memory. And the third one is an automatically managed database. It is a local database which is stored in our device, so it does not require any server for its functionality. SQLite generally supports three data types: text, integer and real. Now, what is SQLite Open Helper class? SQLite Open Helper class provides the functionality to use the SQLite database. SQLite Open Helper class is used for database creation and version management. To work with the SQLite Open Helper class, you have to provide the implementation of onCreate and onUpgrade methods of SQLite Open Helper class. Now, to create and update a database in your Android application, you have to create your own class, and you need to extend this class with SQLite Open Helper class. For example, here we create one class student DB helper, which is extends with the SQLite Open Helper class. Now, when you create your own class, in this you have to create a constructor of your own class. So here we create constructor student DB helper. Now, in this student DB helper constructor, you have to call the constructor of SQLite Open Helper class using the super method. What exactly the super means? When we have a super, we are actually calling the super class constructor. Now, in super, we pass one of the parameter is database name. So here the second parameter is stud.db is our database name, and this last parameter is the version of the database. Now, once we specify the constructor, we can create tables using onCreate method, and using onUpgrade method is executed when database needs to be updated or upgraded. Let's start the practical for this so we can get the exact idea. So we create one new application, new project. Select empty activity, click finish. Now this is our main activity. So we have to add one class. So right click on this package, create Java class. The name of the class is student DB helper. Click OK. Now extend this class with the SQLite Open Helper class. So there is one error is displayed. Class student DB helper must either be declared abstract or implement abstract method on create in SQLite Open Helper class. So we have to implement the methods of SQLite Open Helper class on create and on upgrade. Click on this implement methods on create, on upgrade. Click OK. Now still there is some error. So there is no default constructor available, so we have to add the constructor. Click create a constructor matching super. Now this is our student DB helper constructor. Inside that we call the constructor of SQLite Open Helper class using super. Here in this super we have to provide the name of the database. So our name of the database stud.db, and we have to provide the version of the database. So we take first version. Now using onCreate method we can create the table. This SQLite database is the object of this SQLite database class. So using this object SQLite database, we want to use execute SQL method. Inside this write down the query to create a table. Create table student. Here our table name is student, and inside the student table we want to create 3 fields or 3 columns: student ID, student name and marks. And we take data type for all the 3 attributes as a text. So first attribute is SID, data type text. S name for student name, data type text. And marks, again we take data type as text. In on upgrade method we delete the old table and we create the new table, that is upgraded table. So again SQLite database object dot execute SQL. First we drop the table. For that we write the query drop table if exist student and again we create the updated schema or updated table using on create, calling on create method. Here we pass the SQLite database which refers to our database student.db. Now once we create the database and table, we come back to our main activity. Here in this Since we have a class called student DB helper, so create the object of that class. Student DB helper, and the name of the object student DB helper. We change this to DB equal to or the default one equal to new student DB helper and provide the parameter this. This represent the current context. Now here this student DB helper class, in the student DB helper class, in this constructor we have some more parameters, so for the time being we remove this. And here in factory parameter we provide null. So here we create the object of our student DB helper class in our main activity. Now once you got the student DB helper object, to work with the database we have to create the object of SQLite database. How do you create SQLite database object? For this we require the method called getWritable database. This getWritable database method is used when we want to insert some records inside the database. So create the object SQLite database default one is equal to new is equal to this student DB helper object dot getWritable method. Now to insert a record inside our database we need to create something called content values. Content value is the class. Using this you can actually insert values inside our database. Let's say we have a table student. In that student table we have three fields: student ID, student name and marks. So using content value we can set all these values. So create the object of the content value values is equal to new content values. Using content value object we can create the key value pair. So values dot, using put method, for the first column SID our value is 1. Values dot put second column as name and the value, suppose Harsh, name of the student, and values dot put the value is 50. We take text, so put in double quote. Now once you specify all these value, now we have to send these values in the database. Using insert method, we can insert the values inside the database. So using this object database dot insert method, using this insert method we can insert the value. So in this insert method, the first parameter is table name. Our table name is student. Second parameter, we put null column hack. For the time being we put null here. And the third parameter is values that we want to insert in the database, and these are the values, key value pairs. Now this database.insert method will return last row values which is inserted at last. For example, suppose we insert 5 values, 5 records in the database. So this db.insert method will return the 5th row. Now we store this the value in one variable row and declare this as a long. Now let us print this row value using system .out.println row number is plus row. Now let's run this. So the app is installed, successfully installed on the emulator. Now here in this locate we can check the message row number. The row number value is 1. That means we have successfully inserted the first row. Now here we the value directly we take the insert the value. Instead of this, you can insert these values from the user by using the edit text. Now change this value Hers Bhavik and the 60 and again run this. Now this time the value of the row number is 2. That means the second row is also inserted in our database. Now the database is stored. To check where our database is stored in our device, so in emulator, so here from the view tool window, device file explorer, so these are the files. From these which is from our emulator. So in this emulator, our database is stored in this data file. Data, inside the data folder, again data. So data slash data, our application is com.example.my application. Inside this package com.example.my application, our data under the database folder, this stud.db database is created. Now to check the records, simply extract, save this file to your local system. Suppose we store this on the desktop. So to open this SQLite database files, we require DB browser for SQLite. Open DB browser for. So here, using DB browser for SQLite, you can manipulate the data database, manipulate with the database of the SQLite. So here, open the database which is on our desktop. Simply click on browse data. From here, our table name inside stud.db, we create the student table. So click on the student table. So here we have inserted 2 records. So this we can easily see these 2 records here. So close this. So this is how we can insert the records inside our database. Now how to fetch or read the records from the database. To read the records, to search the records from the database, something we require called cursor. So we comment out this. Now to insert a record, we use the method getWriteAbleDatabase. Now to read the record, we have to use getReadAbleDatabase method. So again create the object of SQLite database equal to student db helper dot getReadAbleDatabase. Now next step is we have to specify how many columns we want. For example, we want all the columns to be displayed, the value of all the columns we want. You can do this with the help of a string array. In the array, you have to specify how many columns you need. So let's consider create one string array projection and inside that we require all the 3 fields. So first one is SID, SName, and third one is marks. Like to insert a value, we use the method insert. Similarly, to get the value, to read the value, we require a method called query method. So database query, inside this query we have to write our query for searching. So in this, the first parameter is table name. So our table is student, and the second parameter is the column names. So projection, and other parameters are for the selection, like group by, if you want to perform group by operation, then having order by. So by the time we put null in other column, selection, null in selection arguments, null in group by, null in having, and order by. This query method will return the table data, or we can say one record. So here we can store this record in the cursor. So cursor c equal to, you can use cursor here to traverse between the results. So how can we traverse? Now suppose I want the first row, so simply we can write c dot move to first. So this will go to the first record, and now we want to display the records in logcat window. So for that, the first field is id. So id is using cursor dot get string method, we can get the first column name, first value of first column. Here we have to provide the index. 0 is the first index of first column. Second, s name is plus c dot get string, second column index is 1 plus marks is c dot get string, and the third column index is 2. Now run this. So successfully installed. Now here, instead of row, search the in logcat, search the id is. So here all the first record is displayed. id is 1, s name is hers, and marks is 50. So this will display the first record. So in this way you can use different methods to traverse inside this cursor. Now here in this video we will learn about what is SQLite database, what is SQLite open helper class, and what is the use of SQLite Open Helper class in this SQLite database, and we also learn about how to insert records inside our database, and finally we will learn about how to fetch the records from the database. Thank you.